Well, once again, it's time to start putting out the Christmas decorations. Now, every year I like to do something a little bit unique. Something that you can't just go and buy at the big box stores. Something that the neighbors can't easily copy, because you know there's always a feud between the neighbors. A friendly feud. We're always trying to one-up each other, right? So this year I decided to create a string light Christmas tree. A freestanding string light Christmas tree. Well, it's not technically not freestanding, but basically a bunch of Christmas lights strung together to form the illusion that there's an actual tree there. Mine is a little bit unique in that it goes about 60 feet in the air. Now, how did I get those Christmas lights up in the tree? Well, I use this Big Shot slingshot. This is a professional arborist grade slingshot, and this allows you to shoot up a pole line up over a high branch in a tree or some other structure. So basically you take a throw weight like this, connect it to a pull line. This is a professional arborist grade pull line, but you can use nylon string as well. You shoot this up over the branch, and then from there you can either use this string or pull over a stronger rope up over that branch, and then you have something strung up high in a tree or a branch or a structure or whatever. So anyway, I already have the string light Christmas tree installed up in the tree, and after it being there for a few days, the wifey told me it needs a star. So in today's video, I'm going to make a star out of some stuff I have laying around the shop here. So, whenever I want to build something kind of artsy-fartsy like this star I'm about to build here, I'll come out to the shop and I'll start on the steel welding table. That's one of my favorite things about this welding table, so I can grab myself a piece of soapstone, just start drafting out whatever it is I want to build. That way I get kind of like a rough idea of the scale I want to build it to, what the rough dimensions are, and just kind of what it may or may not look like as I build it. So I've decided to make this star out of this 3/8 inch rod. I've had this rod for a few years now. I used to use this for blacksmithing, but I haven't used it in some time. Anyway, I've decided that I'm gonna make each point of this star about 20 inches in length. So utilizing a 2x4 at the end of the table as a backstop, measure out 20 inches to this mark on the table. From there, take my soapstone, make a mark at that 20-inch mark, and whenever I'm cutting rod like this, it gets kind of cumbersome when you have to use power tools. It gets noisy and loud, and that metallic dust gets in the air. So something I use quite often when I'm cutting small material like this is a big pair of bolt cutters. So I'll go over to that 20-inch mark, line it up on my bolt cutters, safety glasses on. Nice that I don't have to wear hearing protection. Put something on the end of the rod, just give her a cut. Now that I have all the pieces cut, let's start laying it out on the table and see what it may look like, and we could always adjust this as we go along here. I decided to go with a 5-point star. I think that looks good. The shoulders are straight, and then we have this defined point right here. I think that'll look nice. I also cut up some eye bolts, one at the top and one at the bottom, so the rope will attach to the top of the star, and then the rest of the string lights will attach to that bottom D-ring. And then I also think I will add a thin piece of wire just to prevent this star from stretching when we attach a load to this bottom D-ring. So that's my plan. I'm going to weld her up, and then we'll start attaching some Christmas lights to her. Alright, I'm all finished up with the star. I ended up throwing a quick coat of Rust-Oleum spray paint on there. Not sure how much longer we're going to be able to get that Rust-Oleum spray paint. I hear they're outlawing it over in Canada. But this is a 4-foot span star. Yeah, 4 foot by 4 foot about. And something else that I added off camera was a little bit of cross bracing, because it was a little bit loose, but with this thin wire welded on here, it's as strong as I need it to be. The main thing that I need this to do is withstand the suspension load from the top to the bottom And I think it'll do that just fine with this piece of wire here. So now it's time to add Christmas lights to it. I have 2 rolls of, I think these are C7 bolts, and I'm just going to lay these out along the edges of the star, zip tie them on, and then we'll zip tie these lights to the edges of the star, install it, and then see how it looks tonight. I just finished zip tying 2 strands of Christmas lights onto this star, and I gotta tell you, I'm pretty darn pleased with how it's coming out. I probably used about 75 zip ties, but I had no choice. I decided to have the bulbs face away from the outline of the star, and I think that's gonna give it a really clean look once we get it installed up in the tree and lit up tonight. So without further ado, let's go lower that Christmas light Christmas tree and install the star. Here's our star. Let's tie it in. So there's that lower eye bolt that we welded on earlier today. I'm going to take some nylon string with one of these dog leash hooks and choke this around our Christmas lights so we don't put any strain on these connections. Probably go here. And finally, we'll clip this onto the star. Then we need to connect our star Christmas lights onto the main loop. I just plugged in the lights. They all appear to be functioning properly. Let's raise this back in the tree now. So I was hoping to have enough time to fire up the drone tonight. Just don't have enough time. Just wanted to give you a closing shot of how that star looks on top of this Christmas string light tree. Came out really nice. Thanks for watching. Have a Merry Christmas.